Gravity, a body falling down falls under influence of gravity. Like for example, when a joke is falling down, it falls under gravity. And we saw very well that motion has three equations. Of course, one was V is equal to U plus AT. And second was S equals to UT plus a half AT squared. And third was V squared equals U squared plus 2AS. Now in this case, if you look at motion under gravity, this A, we replace this A with a G. Meaning in this case, when our body is falling freely under gravity, that body falls with G. Meaning, I would say, its motion will be, we have V equals to U plus GT. However, a body falling under gravity, that implies this body is moving in the same direction with gravity. Thus, G is a positive one. However, a body being thrown vertically upwards, this body here moves against gravity, thus the G is a negative one. Meaning in this case, for a body falling under gravity, it means the G is a positive one. And the equations are V equals to U plus GT, likewise S equals to UT plus a half GT squared, and lastly we have V squared equals U squared plus 20s. This is downward motion. However, for vertical motion, this G is a negative. Why negative? The body is moving against gravity. And thus we have the equations as V equals to U minus GT. We have H equals to UT minus a half GT squared. And we have the V squared equals U squared minus 2GS. Let us see examples in the same. Example 1. They said a body is raised from rest at a point 20 meters above the ground, so as to fall vertically downwards. Meaning, this body has been raised by 20 meters. This is the ground level, 20 meters above the ground. Here is our body, and they say that you have to fall freely downwards. Meaning the body is falling freely downwards. It implies in this case, I'll have my U at 0 meters per second. When the body is falling down, our G is positive, 10 meters per second squared. And then the distance covered by the body, it is 20 meters. Then they say find time taken to land on the ground. In this case, I would say I'm using, in this case, find time taken. So I would say using S equals to UT plus a half GT squared. I'm using this. Why? Because downward motion. So I would say our S is 20 is equal to our U is 0, then it's unknown time, plus a half. Our G is 10, then it's T squared. By 2 ones, this becomes 5, leaving us 20 equals 2 squared. So I would say I have 20 equals T squared over 5. This simply means this over 5 becomes 4 is equal to T squared. Then take square root. T becomes 2 seconds, meaning that this body took 2 seconds to fall to the ground. And then we have Roman 2, which says find the final velocity. We have in Roman 2, find the velocity. There I will use the expression V equals to U plus GT. My U is 0, Y is 0, it was from rest. My T is 10. My time, in this case, it is 2. So I'll say V becomes 20 meters per second. Here's the example. This is the body thrown vertically upwards with a velocity of 30 meters per second. Meaning our U, of course, here is our ball being thrown vertically upwards. Now, of course, it will go up and it comes down. Before it comes down, this ball, which is what we call a maximum height. Of course, the beginning speed was 30 meters per second. Our U is 30 meters per second. Now, this speed of 30 keeps on decreasing, it becomes 0. When it becomes 0, this becomes maximum height attained by that specific body. Meaning, at maximum height, this velocity V becomes 0. Meaning, V equals to 0 at maximum height. So in this case, they said that find the maximum height reached by the ball. Meaning, in this case, using the expression V squared equals to U squared plus 2GS. In this case, this one is a negative. Why negative? The ball is drawn vertically upwards. Upwards, the G is negative. That's the negative sign there. The V is 0. Why 0? At maximum height, V becomes 0. It's equal to U. Our U is 30 squared minus 2 times G is 10 times S. Now this S, I'm using H max, meaning maximum height attained. This one is the H max, or distance traveled. So I would say this becomes 0. This squared is 900 minus 20H maximum. This comes the same, giving us 28 maximum is equal to 900 over 20 over 20. This will cancel, giving us H maximum as 45 meters. However, basing on our last part, they say that find the time taken, reach this height. In this case, I will use the expression Roman 2 using V equals to U minus GT. This V is 0 at maximum height. Now the U was 30 minus the G is 10 times unknown time. In this case, giving us 0 equals 30 minus 10t. This comes this way, giving us 10t equals 30 over 10 over 10. This will cancel, giving us t is equal to 3 seconds. They said an object is dropped from a helicopter. Now, before dropping it there, we assume it was at rest. Therefore, in this case, when dropping it down the ground, we assume that it was at rest, and therefore the U is 0 meters per second. Then they say that if the object hits the ground 3 seconds, it implies time taken hit the ground, it is 3s seconds. Then they say find the height from which the object was dropped. In this case, ballard distance, speed required. It implies that I would say, using the expression that is S equals to UT plus a half GT squared. Why plus? The body is coming down. It is moving in the same direction with gravity, leaving us S equals to 0. 0 is this, plus a half, times our G is 10, then times our T. Our T is 3 squared, giving us S equals to a half, times 10, times 9. By 2 ones, this becomes 5, giving us distance as 45 meters. And secondly, yes, as simple as that. That's our answer.